This one is it's a lot of brag raps.
Yeah.
And I get a little weird with these type of raps, but like he's always been a very uninteresting, kind of a brag rapper. He's got sauce, but he's more sauce than anything.
It's
You
pretty
know,
dry sauce though. It's kind of like, I don't know, like
it's brag raps. It's nothing, and it's weird because we just started seeing him in like the public eye. So for and even then, him in that public eye, he's never been like, we don't see him like, we see him hanging with Drake, cool, but he's never been one to like flash anything and shit like that. So just hearing him all of a sudden rapping about this whole lavish life that we're just seeing him get, as far as social media says, feels industry plantish.
yeah, I was having a conversation about it with my boy on the fucking page. It was like, because he'd never heard of him at all, and he's
Yeah.
just like, "Where's it coming from?" It's like, yeah, because he barely is like coming up in my register, and he's like hella huge.
Overhyped, fucking over gargled project of the fucking year.
To everybody in the chat, get your booze out now, and then we'll talk about it.
Hear about it, they cry about it, and they left. This is so. I got a lot of shit these last few days.
Yeah.
I got a lot of shit these last few days for this review. And what I'm upset about is people were just automatically coming for me without even peeping what I was fucking talking about. Some of the delivery I'm just not here for. I've always said Kendrick got an annoying voice, and he has that switch where he's either going to be very annoying or not as annoying.
It was a Tyler Perry
How
album.
Tyler Perry movies get. Tyler Perry movies are anonymously known for terrible wigs, crazy lines, and Madea being thrown in at the worst time. But those movies, when you really watch them, a lot of them, not all, a lot of them have very strong messages.
Welcome to Ally on the Rise. This is all about people who are chasing their dreams. And today I'm with the president of a podcast that gives music reviews, interviews, discussions, all that. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, man? I go by John D. Contradiction, and I'm the president of the Notyamanz podcast. It's a podcast, it's a blog, a review site, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We stream and all that type of stuff. But yes, I am the mind behind it, the president, and the person who pretty much spends most of his days setting up the website and running this shit.
Welcome to the show, man. It's been a long time coming.
Way overdue. I'm excited for this talk. I've been, hey, it's been a minute, so I'm like, yo, I'm ready to do this. It's Long Island, man. This is what I love, man. I fuck with Long Island. I'm from Long Island. I'm here for it.
Let's get into it, man. So you have probably heard, and I have heard, people in general, not even artists, they say they're open to constructive criticism. But what I have learned in my life is a lot of those people can't take it.
Yeah.
A lot of people really don't mean it. So how do you have the courage to review people's music honestly and not hold back with how you feel about it?
Honestly, it all takes part of like how this whole thing started. So I've been an artist for a long time, and I've had my runs. I've sent my music out to people. I've had, A&Rs listen to it. I've sent it all over. And I've honestly gotten chewed apart. I got shitted on in high school. I got shitted on all the time from different places. And you start to learn that those are the things that I've always held on to. I've never held on to like, oh, great job. Oh, this, like, you sound good, cool raps, especially if it's like, oh, but you didn't buy a mixtape, when I'm selling mixtapes at a show or anything like that. So I was like, fuck it. I've always grown up being a fan of honesty, regardless of how much it hurts, because at the end of the day, it's always going to be better than some bullshit. So to me, it's not even like courage. It's more so just a mentality. It's a mind state. It's how I do things. Like, I'm just a very blunt person. I'm very straightforward, because that's how I protect my energy. That's how I protect myself. You know what I'm saying? It's just being that type of person. And we're Notyamanz. Yeah, we like to joke. We roast a little bit to kind of soften the blow and also make it marketable, because everybody knows we all love negativity when we scrolling through these apps. So I try to add a little bit of twist with that on top of the constructive criticism, because I feel like, yo, if you really can bite down on that, not to say that, oh, I got to take all the criticism. No, but if you can hear some things in someone's criticism that maybe you were thinking and you just couldn't admit to yourself, or you were feeling insecure about, that's the shit right there that's going to pinpoint the exact thing that's going to make your sound better and just you better as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
You're a real one, man, and we don't have a lot of real ones. So like I appreciate like the blog and everything. Like it might not seem like a big deal to you because that's just who you are, but like when I'm looking through your shit, I'm like, damn, man, like he did not hold back. I feel like it takes a lot of balls, so like I'm gonna give you your flowers. Like, damn, man, you guys are real deal.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and and a lot of people, they, we have like more success stories and more stories of people glowing up than we do bad. And it's also, we have more good reviews than bad. It's just the bad ones obviously stand out because that's nature. That's how we are as humans, especially, being accustomed to the news and just the way life is. So that kind of shit that like we're putting out there is it's to be like digested. You're supposed to learn it. Like you're supposed to understand where it's coming from. And that's why we have like strict rules on the page that a lot of people don't take the time out to look at. And that kind of, to us, that really like defines the new generation. And sometimes the old, it's just that blind ignorance, like people submitting stuff to us and then we give it a bad review and they're like, oh, I didn't know this page was like that. It's like, then you didn't do your research. You didn't look through the page. Like you didn't figure out what the fuck we do. Like we're very,
bro, it's bright as day. If you didn't just scroll, just you didn't even have to read nothing. If you just didn't even look, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. And that's honestly the same energy as like just being an artist. Those are the same cats that's going to sign a 360 deal and get raped by that shit. Those are the same people that's going to, get scammed. Those are the same people. So it's like, bro, if you're not catching the lesson from us, then how are you supposed to make it in the industry? When we're the little guy, we're not even gatekeepers. Like we're the little guy. We're just a bunch of dudes who have a strong set of rules that we're following, and you're letting us either break you down and like not let you move forward. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. But it shows like not a lot of people are built for this, especially in this internet era. Like a lot of people are not built for it.
Another thing I've seen too a lot, and like it's not everybody, but I do see it a lot where it's like a local artist, local rapper, he'll have a group of other rappers and he'll make some trash and he'll show his friend, dude, that shit was fire, bro. And then he goes to the next, yo, what do you think of like the new single? Yo, that was hard. And then he submits it to your thing, like you're gonna be all dazzled. And you're like, this shit was trash. It was lacking. I literally could have fell asleep to this. And it's like people don't have real feedback. There's no feedback anymore. It's just, dude, that was fucking fire. Yeah. It's like, but what made it fire?
What like, exactly? And that's the thing. And like that was kind of part of the difficult side. So when I was creating the page and I thought of the emoji system and I was putting together how we want the actual, like the paragraphs, the reviews to be mapped out, it's a very specific guideline. You know what I'm saying? For people who think it's just us bullshit. No, it's specific. Like I got a whole I write everything down. I'm a notes dude. So I got everything. I got templates. You know what I'm saying? And when I was putting that together, I was like, yo, I had to battle against how do you get a review out that's digestible just visually, emojis, something for the new age kids to look at and understand. But then how do you get a paragraph for the readers, maybe the older cats, to really nail that? So it's like, yo, we got the paragraph, first sentence, what we thought of it. So it's like, this project was ass or this project was dope. And then we crack a joke, but then we talk about pacing. We talk about the features, we talk about the production, we talk about the engineering, we talk about just how sonically it felt, and then we add our emotions right at the end and summarize it with a number. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's very meticulous, it's very specific, and it gives these artists, if they really look at it, it gives them something to just be critical of themselves of. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something that you felt as an artist, that's when I know it hurts them. Like when I say something and they get mad, I'm like, that line was it. Because they know they sound like that. Like they know that shit sounded like this, or they know the pacing was off. And then some people are honest. They'll come at us like, yeah, we did rush this shit. We did do that, And it's like, hey, that's cool. Like, hey, that's live your life. We're not taking food out your mouth. We're not taking money from you. Yeah. We want a review. We throwing it out to the world and for you. And if you want to promote or not, do your thing.
I actually want to talk about some reviews that people have gave your podcast. You reposted this.
Yeah.
And it said, and someone said, the most brutally honest review page I know gave the album a green check. Shout out Notyamanz.
That's ironic, man. Shout out to Ironic from the UK, man. Shout out to him. Cool dude.
Yeah, but then you got Somebody else saying, wow, a green check from the most hating blog who has come out of the swamps of being kicked off of Instagram.
Yep. It's like that, man. It's like that.
How do you respond to people saying that stuff?
It's true. It's true. I mean, we're not haters, but we like to joke and shit. So like hating takes effort. You know what I'm saying? Like hating takes effort. And I am not trying to, like, I do like 3-4 reviews a day. So I'm not spending my time like looking at their page and looking at them and learning to hate them and like envy them. No, like, so hating, I don't agree with, because it's like, yo, we're not haters. We just like to fuck around. We like to crack jokes. Like it's stoop talk. But brutally honest, yeah. I mean, I personally don't, I think we could be worse because I've had it worse come at me. But because we've had people like, Dice and my boy M who used to review shit, and they would just put like one word, they would just be like trash, and that's the review. Shit like that is worse than brutally honest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now that we got a nice little system, like, I don't think we're that brutally honest, but I do think we're honest. Like, we're honest. And the word brutally is just a way for people to try to like incriminate us. They're trying to justify their whole little pity party on the internet by throwing these fucking words at it. And it's like, it's not that brutal. It's, you got a joke, you got a fucking critical, like a very critique of your stuff, and you got a big ass stamp on top of your album art. Like, get over it. It's funny when people try to press me, especially like in public, because I'm 6'3" and I'm a big guy. So then they get a little, they come at me. I can tell their energy was one thing at one point, and then they realized how big I am and how like big my energy is. And then they're like, yo, yeah, I saw the review. And it's like, this passive aggressive shit don't work here. But people have pressed me. I've had people try to send people after me and all sorts of shit like that. And I'm like, bro, it's a review. Like,
bro, it's fucking music.
It's music, bro. I've had threats, and it's like, yo, keep that same energy with, labels that shut your shit down and publishers that shut your shit down. I don't see you going after them while they at, Olive Garden with their families, bro. So like, get the fuck out of here. Because I'm an artist, and because like I'm a person, I'm a real fucking person. You know what I'm saying? Me and my team, we're real people. We have a face, and we don't hide our faces. I don't hide my face. I don't hide my pages. None of my shit's private. So I'm here. I'm a fucking person. So they're like, they have to be like, oh, they want to try to test their chest a little bit. But it's like, yo, it's corny, bro. It's like, it's just a review, bro. Grow up. Grow up.
And speaking of people rubbed the wrong way, and I was absolutely shocked by this, but you have been blocked by Fetty Wap and Sweetie, and it even goes to Tory Lanez even jumped in your comments because he said he looked like an alien.
Yep. We had a lot of people. We had Quentin Miller, the dude who was ghostwriting for Drake. He literally blocked all of the reviewers' individual pages in our page. One of the City Girls blocked us. Dave East blocked us. That's an ongoing thing. Kasky gave us beef in the comments. Yo, you know what sucks? It's upsetting that, and we're probably going to get to it too. I know you might have a question for it, but when the original page got taken down, I was posting all of our Hall of Fame, like all the people that blocked us, in a highlight. So I had like a 30-minute highlight reel of just comments and like Bodega Bam's cursing us out. And you know what I'm saying? Like mad known artists, like we got into it with Cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like mad known artists, like names. These are like, come on, getting into it. Cannabis was my favorite rapper for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? And him being a little butthurt, shit like that I'm upset that that's gone. I still have my screenshots, but it's like that list of people was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them, like when the little guys do it, that's cool. But when blue checks are blocking us, it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, you made it. You know what I'm saying? You made it.
And that's what's so amazing, because you guys are like an underground music blog. And it's like, bro, like you're getting attention from these big names. And it's like, does that send chills down your spine where it's like, wow, like these celebrities were looking at my page? Like, like, is honestly, it unbelievable? Like, wow, I really shook up their world.
It's, to me, when I see it, it's funny. Cause I'm like, bro, like you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, especially from like these veterans, these dudes who have been in the game, like these dudes who have established themselves. And it's like, for them to see a review from us and like take the time to like comment and like be upset and block to me is crazy. It's crazy to me. I'm like, what is happening? You know, but it's funny. But you know what? To me, it's also, they're people. They're people too. So it is what it is. Like some of them, I'm just like, oh, they saw, like when Dave East did it. I'm like, bro, you're Dave East. Dave East is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a full on RT. Like he on the Hulu show. He's Method Man in a show. Like he is established as a lot of things. So him to see our review and just block us, I'm like, that's fucking chaos. I tag everybody. Come look at your review.
How many tags does a Fetty Wap, like not really anymore, but or a Dave East or a Sweetie? How many tags a day do they get on Instagram? The fact that they're paying attention to your page is fucking mind blowing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
You know?
And those names were when we were like 1,000 deep followers. We weren't even in the 3Ks, which is still nothing, but like we were like 1,000, bro. Like, and they were getting vexed like that. So it's just, it was crazy to me, but it was like, yo, honestly, it was super like those moments. And when the blue checks showed love, like dudes like Paul Wall, commenting, having full conversations with people in our comments from 2 of his reviews, and just other artists like Rome Streets and, and then getting an interview with him and shit like that. Chuck Strangers. I love that because that was the goal. Like I wanted to apply pressure to this bubble that is the mainstream that everybody thinks is the only music. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. And that's the type of shit that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want. Like I want Notyamanz to be the only. We don't want no Fantano bullshit where sometimes his comments will sway him and then he'll just throw a left field like I have to hate something so the mainstream people can give me my clout. I don't want to be a pitchfork where people can pay for good reviews and it's a bunch of paragraphs about this person's life and not about the album itself. No, it's just one project at a time. I don't give a fuck about their past. I don't give a fuck about their future or their story. That's what we're reviewing, is this body of work. One listen, that's it. That's the rule with Notyamanz. One listen. Did you like it or did you not? Not did you need to digest it? Did you need to? No, because as much as people can say, oh, you need to listen to that, which sometimes can be true, people only do that shit with people who are famous. And to me, that's garbage. You're never going to give your best friend that second listen. You're never going to give the homie that second listen. So it's like when something is dope, I want that shit to move me first listen. If something moves you first listen, to me is better than any other bullshit that someone's going to say, yo, you got to digest that. I don't give a fuck. What about that? If something hits you at the right time, the right moment, at that time when you listen to it that first time, that's good music.
That's interesting because I can see people saying that, like, bro, you got to give it another chance. Because like
that Kendrick review, people still on my ass over that. And I'm like, bro, my first listen, I did not enjoy it and I'm not going to listen to it again. And I'm not hating on Kendrick. He's famous. Why do I owe him a second listen? Same thing with Donda. I don't owe him a second listen. I don't know that motherfucker. I don't care. He's going to make his millions. I listened to it once. It didn't hit me. Why do I have to spend time digesting that when 30 other artists dropped shit that I liked off rip? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not wasting my time. You're not going to do that shit at a restaurant. You're not going to do that shit at an event. You're not going to do that shit anywhere. If someone gives you something that you don't like, you're going to ignore. You don't want it anymore. You're not going to say, oh, let me eat this bullshit again. No, like, so why do that with them? Because they're famous? That's stupid.
The Kendrick album for me, that was way below my expectations. I was like
5 years. That's what I got. Come on, And I'm not even like a big Kendrick hater. Like I rock with Kendrick. And to me, that project was very lackluster. And it's like, bro, and what sucked is, and when people look at the review, I said he was rapping about some dope shit. The content was there, but the music was not. The shit. I'm at the gym. My shit's fucked up. People like, oh, that's not shit you work out to. It's like, bro, I work out to Hamilton and I work out to Sade. You don't tell me what I can work out to, bro. I can work out to anything. It just has to be dope to me and I get pumped. And it's like, that shit didn't work for me. I was like, yo, this shit is boring.
Yeah. I was literally, I even forgot the fucking title name, but like the first music video he put out for the new project, and it was just a black background. And I remember I was watching it and I was like, when am I going to start liking this?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was waiting for like.
That's how the album felt for me. Songs were just going and I'm like, that was weird. Like, oh, that ended weird. Like I needed something to hit. I needed something to switch. I needed change ups. I need bars, like something. Yeah. And it's all I got was a bunch of weird voices and some, attempt being artsy, bro. Like, I'm not trying to look at somebody throw paint at a wall and tell me it's art, bro. Like, show me something that's dope. Show me a drawing of someone's face that looks real, you know, like show me something. But you know, people were jocking that shit before it even came out. Like 2 days before it dropped, people were like, I already know this could be album of the year. And those same people are still blowing him. It's like, he's not paying you. He's not paying.
Yeah.
You're not going to his baby shower. Like, like, I don't get it.
They're just diehard fans, but it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. They got a project. They're happy.
Yeah, good for them. You know, but it's a diehard fan, like fandom is crazy to me. Like, I can say I'm truly a diehard Nas fan, but I can also say he has dropped some garbage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, there's like that's a thing. Like, it's okay if they drop some garbage. It's okay.
Mhm.
Like, that's it. Like, that's the end of the day. And I'm telling people, even now, one thing I do on Notyamanz that's real funny. So when I see certain people, because I remember a lot of shit, I got a good memory. I remember a lot of people who jock shit. And I love just casually catching up to them months later. Like, oh yeah, what you been listening to? And I'll be like, yeah, not that shit you was arguing over. Like, you ain't listening to that Kendrick shit. Like, in a month or two, I'm gonna be hitting people with that left and right. I'll be like, I promise you, you don't memorize none of those songs. I promise you, none of that shit is on your rotation. But they'll hear it from me. They'll hear it.
It's just hot for the moment. And if it doesn't last, it wasn't that great.
That's it. That's it. It's not no timeless shit. Now they're gonna make up conspiracy theories. Are gonna come up next, and then he cracked the Da Vinci Code. That's gonna be the next thing, and all that bullshit.
I want to jump into your rating system, like the emojis. I just want to get some more clarity on it because some are self-explanatory, but some I'm like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
For example, like the wave. What does that mean?
So the wave is something that you could put on repeat, but it's not like a banger. You're not rapping to it and swinging around, but you're chilling to it. It's like a dope track that you would run back. So the wave emoji is mostly for like a lot of smooth songs are like that. Like, they're not fucking you up in the car and blowing out your speakers. You're not screaming out the lyrics, but you always run that song back when it comes on. You're like, oh yeah, this song's smooth. This song's nice. So it's kind of, it's dope, but it's not fire yet.
What is the difference between the fire emoji and the fire truck?
So the fire emoji is like, oh shit, you know, we got some heat. And the fire truck is like, the house is on fire. We need help. Like, this shit is uncontrollable heat. Like, this shit is so dope.
That's the best it could be.
The best it could be is a diamond. The diamond is the top. Right.
I don't see that a lot.
No, we don't give a lot of diamonds. Diamonds that like absolutely, like, you're like, if someone says, yo, do you listen to this artist? And you know that diamond, you're like, yo, you need to listen to this song. Like, it's one of those, you need to hear this song because it absolutely like damn near changed your life.
Damn, man.
Dude. They're powerful. And we got, you know, we'll give a couple out, but diamonds have to hit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to hit. And then it's diamond, then it's fire truck, which is close to a diamond because it's a banger. No matter when it comes on, you about to be turn that shit up, you know? And then fire's like, yo, this track is fire. This track is dope. The real definition, not when people bullshit you. Oh, it shoots fire now.
All right, I see, because I'm looking at one of them. Okay, so I got a garbage truck, a thumbs down. I got the trash sign. I got a sleepy emoji.
So the way it goes is, so after you get like, so it's diamond, fire truck, fire, wave, and then under the wave is a thumbs up. Thumbs up is like, cool song. You know, you don't really care too much.
It's just cool.
Yeah, cool song. And then okay is like, okay, you made a song. Like, congratulations. You know? It's not terrible, but it's like, oh, you did it. You know, you did something, like a kid when they show you like that painting that you have to put on your fridge. And then after that is the sleepy emoji. This the guy sleeping. So the guy getting sleepy is like, yo, you're putting me out. I'm falling asleep. This is a little bit boring. And then the full on Z's is I'm asleep. I'm not paying attention. I'm playing on my phone. And then we go straight into thumbs down, Bill. Thumbs down is like, all right, this is getting bad. And then it's like thumbs down. Then we got the garbage can. Then it's the whole dump truck. You know what I'm saying? And it just keeps getting worse. And the worst is the shit emoji. It is absolute dookie is doo-doo. And that's from diamond to dookie. That's the emoji system. And what's good with the emoji system too, what a lot of people don't realize is it keeps us organized because we have two Spotify playlists that we put out every year.
I noticed that. Yeah, it's the fire list and then this shit list.
So there's the fire stuff is so that there's a science behind it, because it's like the fire playlist is anything that's a fire emoji and up. So that's fires, fire trucks, and diamonds. So it's guaranteed to be a dope playlist. And then the garbage emoji is anything that's thumbs down and lower. So the okays and thumbs ups and the waves don't get on.
It's
there.
limbo.
So
It's limbo.
yeah, they don't get anywhere. So that kind of hurts. It's like, shit, I didn't get playlisted on the bad or the good. It's just nobody cares. So that's kind of how we like to keep it. But like those two playlists, they do what they got to get done. You know, some people like that garbage shit, and some people want to laugh. And then the fire shit, you know, we all can stand by it. That fire, like, I'll put up money. Like, if you can play that fire playlist for like 5 to 10 minutes without finding a song that absolutely slaps, like, I'll pay people. You know what I'm saying? Just put it on shuffle, because it's all bangers, you know.
I wanted to jump into the title of the podcast. So, Notyamanz. I want to get the meaning behind it, but I'll give you what I took from it. Like, I'm not your man's, I'm not your homie, I'm not your friend. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Like, is that what it is?
So that's the mutation of it, but the birth of it was very different. The birth of it was very much so in the lengths of like mainstream. So me and the dudes who started was me, my homeboy Phil, DJ Philly C, dope dude, and this dude WLP, dope rapper. And we were just talking music, because me and WLP especially always talk music. Like, every time we see each other, yo, did you listen to this? You listen to this? And WLP still is that type of person. He listens to a lot of music. And we were just chopping it up. I forgot the artist that we were talking about. And my boy Phil was involved with it because we were talking about the podcast. And someone was defending someone. I think it was like Jay-Z. And I'm like, bro, that nigga is not your man's, bro. Like, you don't know him. Like, you don't know Jay-Z, you know? And like, that was how it pretty much the birth of it. Like, yo, that's not your man. Like, why do you need to defend him? Be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not your man. So that was kind of like that. And Phil was like, yo, not your man's. He's like, we could spell it like this and all that. And I was like, yeah. But that was essentially like the birth of it, is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not your fucking man's, you know, like, you don't know them. You don't know these artists. And that's how it's supposed to be when you're getting reviews, you know, you don't know them. And that's what's crazy to me, is people swear they do. And it's like, even like reviews, I hate long-winded reviews. When a reviewer starts to talk about someone's past, I cannot finish it. You know, like, oh, if you compare this to their other, I don't want to hear it. Or if you do, I don't want to hear it. Like, oh, they grew up a certain, I don't want to hear it. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
You mentioned Fantano before. Do you agree with any of his criticisms?
He has some good ones. I like when he goes in on Nav, because Nav is like the biggest industry plant I've ever heard. But sometimes because he's, you know, he's very much so about that nerd life, he uses a lot of big words and a lot of like, he'll reach to give something a good album, and it's always diluted. It's never like, oh, the songs are here are dope. It's always like for example, Earl Sweatshirt's 2 projects ago was ass. No one's gonna tell me otherwise. Earl Sweatshirt's project was ass. The mix was ass. It was super fucking artsy. You couldn't hear what he was saying. It was garbage. And Fantano's like, well, the subject matter about his dad, and this is something I can, you know, understand. And it's very compared to this. You know, he pulled a lot of strings, a lot of semantics, just to say that the album was good, rather than like, yo, this song, the beat was dope. The raps were dope. This song bopped. He couldn't say that, you know? It was just so much other shit, like talking about like Earl's story and his life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's not the album. You know, like, that's not the fucking music that was playing in your ears. Mm-hmm. And that is like, sometimes when he does that shit, I'm like, oh boy. But I mean, I also get it. He's a reviewer, you know.
Is the goal to get like those 1 million subscribers? Is that what you want, or do you like the underground?
So I've always envisioned the Notyamanz to be a kind of like a radio show. But the main goal of Notyamanz, and as crazy as people might think this is, the main goal is to show the industry that people aren't just numbers. So in retrospect, like in summary, because I want to be like, yo, one day Notyamanz exposed an artist for being trash and being fake and being, just whack music, that they can be like a million follower artist and them to play a show somewhere and no one goes. Because Notyamanz had the community power to be like, they're done. To shift music, to fuck up the industry. That's what I want Notyamanz to do. I want Notyamanz to be like, imagine if everyone was just like, yo, Pitchfork fucking sucks, and no one goes on the site anymore, and the site dies. That would be ultimate goal. Shit like that is to have that musical power. Like, oh, we don't like this artist because they're not good. Let's stop giving them money. If they got lazy on us, they think that we're just like when DaBaby niggas like him and other artists hit fans should cut them off.
Well, the baby has been canceled a couple of times.
But see, he's still out here. You know what I'm saying? He needs to like his shows need to be empty. People need to not ever be, and not just him, other artists, like just artists who, like when Travis Scott did that bullshit, then let the next few bunch of his shows be empty. You feel me? Like put a dent in his make him work, because that's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. So make him fucking try. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the underground, just music, that's what fans should have the power to do, not to be swayed and handled like sheep, but like we should have the power because we are the numbers. And that's all I want, I want artists to recognize that too, because at the end of the day, what these young artists don't realize, and this is something I learned just in my career as an artist as well, is if you're a young and upcoming artist, old artists will become old. And if they cannot keep with the times, they're going to aim down and they're going to milk and use all these young artists. They're going to hustle you for money on tour. They're going to send you those Jadakiss messages on fucking Instagram for $500. They're going to fucking drain you and make you an old, bitter artist before you even break. So why are we giving them that much power? And that's really my thing. I'm trying to be the Joker of this fucking music shit. Yeah. Burn everything the fuck down.
It's an interesting thing because, like, obviously these big artists need support behind them. And it's like, for example, the number one song right now is First Class, Jack Harlow. I don't think that song's number one. That's like a number 80 song on the bill. Like that to me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but there's people, someone's listening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just want a voice to be like, this shit is whack. I don't care what the mainstream says. Yeah. Fuck this shit. Like that shit should not be number one. Like it's creative. Like I was like,
the kid, he seems like he's got a good personality and stuff, but it's not that great.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be going home from work like, yo, I'm gonna bump First Class alone in my car. Like, nah.
Yeah, like it's like if he wants to be the great white hope, there's so many other, white rappers out there that are just way doper.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking, how come NF wasn't at Met Gala? That motherfucker, he billboarded like crazy with good music on his own.
Yeah. But you see, he's talking about real shit, not First Class. He's not pop NF. I would say, like
he had those pop songs. Yeah, like he had
the chorus. He had like the hooks. But he's like a rapper.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Not a Jack Harlow rapper.
Yeah.
But now here's the mind fuck. Just because you and me think First Class shouldn't be number one, and it is that wrong that it is? Are we right or are they right?
See, that's the thing. When it comes to that's the thing that I think the people need to have more control of is if there is such thing, there is such thing as payola. If there is a machine behind it, how would we know if we can test it if we never go against it? How do we know if we can expose it if we never go against it? How do we know it exists unless we try to expose it? You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. Because like Jack Harlow, I'll let First Class be there. But what about all the negative killing fucking cats in the hood shit that's number one? You know what I'm saying? That these artists are literally getting locked up left and right. Why is that number one? You feel me? That's the shit that needs to be tested. And it's like, that's the shit that if they have like these streaming labs and those fucking farms that we all know about, bumping those up, can the people actually affect those numbers by actually trying other things music wise, by not following along with what's being played all the time? I could watch 100 McDonald's commercials a day and never want McDonald's, but not everybody can say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of energy that Notyamanz we want to put out there. We want to tell you, like, yeah, your favorite artist, he can put out trash. Your favorite artist might be lazy. He might not care about you guys anymore because he's making more money off of other things, not music anymore. So he's giving you one pity album every 5 years. Maybe, maybe.
That's the real shit I heard in quite some time.
Yeah, it could exist. That's where humans. Evil exists. That shit exists. We're humans. People to blindly think, nah, never. They're a problem.
Before we wrap it up, I want to throw one more thing your way. So there might be someone tuned in who's checking out the episode, but they haven't seen your stuff yet. So just give them a quick reason why they should check you out and what you do.
Hey, honestly, the best reason to follow us is if you are looking for an honest review. So that immediately follow Notyamanz. If you're looking for just some backup, some help, some advice on getting into the music shit without getting scammed, or if you're looking for producers, you're looking for engineers, you're looking for all sorts of shit, people that are not going to hustle you for money, we are a network for that. We have that. I got connects. Everyone on my team has connects. We're all artists. We are here to help artists be the best artists they can be. And if that's what you're about, then go for it. If you are also just a fan of music and you're looking for something different, we got you. We post 10 reviews a week, sometimes more. Sometimes I'll get in a bag and review every new thing that comes out on a Friday. And we will keep it honest. And just off of our small descriptions or even our jokes, you will find something that might click to you. You got new music on deck, whether we like it or not. So there's a whole bunch of music out there. I wish we could review it all, but we can't. We try, but it just never stops coming out. But if you're looking for music, we're there. If you're looking for a platform that is for artists, by artists, we are there.
Everyone tuned in, go check it out, go support them. I'm going to put a link down below. You could just go right to the YouTube channel. Also the Instagram, just go right down below. I love what you guys do. I think, I know it's nothing to you, but I think it takes a lot of balls. Keep at it, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And same with you, man. It's honestly, it's tougher to be supportive, of like, this is LI on the rise. Like, being supportive of Long Island is tough. I've been trying my whole life. I've been trying to be supportive of Long Island. It's tough because a lot of people, they let their heads take them somewhere, but it's tough to just show support and put in time and effort. So I appreciate what you do. Like, firsthand, you say that, it may seem easy. You know the grind of putting together these videos, setting these things up, and even just linking with artists. Like, I can't tell you how many times people show up to interviews late, or, oh, how long is it? And ask questions that were answered a million times. Like, the professionalities, like all of that shit is tough to deal with. So the fact that you're doing it and you're hitting this year strong, shout out to you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of shit that Long Islanders need to see to kind of get their heads out of their own ass and realize, Long Island has people. Long Island has, has groups of people, has supporters, has like fucking platforms. At the end of the day, I'm doing this type of shit to show love and support and to hope people get better. And everybody has their own way of approaching things.
I super appreciate you doing this. Everyone tuned in. Go check out the podcast, the description right down below. Link, click it, check it out. Thanks for taking the time and doing this, man. Shout out, Notyamanz.
Man. Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to you, everybody. Like and subscribe, man. Show some goddamn love. I don't care if you're from Long Island or not, man. Like and subscribe. Show some love. And don't just like and subscribe just to watch. Send some people over. Tell people to get in tune and get in touch, man. That's how we get things rolling. We don't just watch and think that our one view is all it is. No, man. Get the platform moving. Play a part.
Anyone who's a fan of me, I do not do music reviews. This is the fucking guy. I'm not built for it. I'm built for this. So this is the guy right here. I'm telling you. You're gonna get what you want. You know what I'm saying? No, none of these bullshit people.
Fact.
All right, but I'm gonna end it on that, man. But appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt, man, for sure.